So let's talk about parallel and perpendicular lines. So when you're looking at parallel lines, you have two lines that they never touch. So these are parallel. It doesn't matter what direction you turn them. They'll have the same slope. If you adjust one slightly, then they're not parallel. But parallel lines have to have the same slope. So whatever this one is has to match this one. Doesn't matter how far apart they are or anything like that. These are parallel lines. When you have perpendicular lines, that's when they form a right angle. So when they're perpendicular, they will form a right angle at some point. Well, actually, wherever, it will form a right angle. Looks best right there. Yeah, so however you want to do that, these are perpendicular. It doesn't have to be straight up and down. As long as, so this right here would not be perpendicular. But once you turn it so that it forms a 90, then it's perpendicular. Because you have to have this 90-degree angle here. So something else to talk about. When you have parallel lines, we'll have a line that cuts across it, and then we call this line the transversal. So these are parallel lines with a transversal. So a few things to look at here. When you have these parallel lines with a transversal, there's things to look for. So you have lots of linear pairs. So this one, so 1 and 2 would make a linear pair. Let's see, make sure that I can see that. So this one is 2. 1 and 2 would make a linear pair. This would be angle 3. This would be angle 4. Angle 5. Angle 6. Angle 7. Angle 8. So these are the angles. So if you just look at these angles like they are, so let's ignore these for a sec. And let's take out this transversal. 1 and 2 are a linear pair. They make a linear pair like that. If you just look at the pen, the transversal here, right? 1 and 3, they make a linear pair. So you have lots of linear pairs. So your linear pairs, you have 1 and 2, you have 1 and 3, you have 2 and 4, you have 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 6 and 8, 7 and 8, 5 and 7. So lots of linear pairs here. Just some other things to look at. You also have vertical angles. So when they're across from each other, they're vertical angles. So 1 and 4 are vertical angles. 2 and 3 are vertical angles. 5 and 8 are vertical angles. And then 6 and 7 are vertical angles. And they'll be the same. What is there to talk about? You also have adjacent angles. And 1 and 2 would be adjacent. 1 and 3 would be adjacent. 2 and 4 would be adjacent. 3 and 4 would be adjacent. So that's all in this top group here. Then you have these down here that can be adjacent to each other as well. So 5 and 6, 5 and 7, 7 and 8, 6 and 8. So those are all the adjacent angle pairs. And that pretty much covers it.